everybody, and welcome to Mars again. So, as you can see, I've been a little bit busy. Get my camera organized. Yeah, I've had to make a few changes, and I think I'll stay in this mode just for a moment. Let me just slow down this camera. As you can see, I've had to extend the back end out, and kind of change things around a little bit, and I shall explain why. But before I do, I just want to say thank you very much for the suggestions for a name for the ship. There were a couple of really brilliant suggestions which I really liked. So I first mentioned Lost in Reality, Green Hornet. Yeah, very interesting. Worker bees, bombs, stingers. Yeah, I like that. The one that I think I'm hesitant about. Stephen Rogers suggested possible name is the Lancaster because it's fitting. It's Remembrance Weekend, and it's a bomber. And I think that's a brilliant idea. But as you can see, I've put a poppy on there just to just to sort of say I'm thinking about everything. But I don't think this bomber's going to live up to the reputation that the Lancaster had. And although I think it's an absolutely brilliant suggestion, if this bomber fails in its task, I think it would be inappropriate. So I'm going to go with Lost in Reality's name of the Green Hornet, which I think is very fitting, with the bees and the stingers and all the rest of it. And whilst Green Hornet obviously is a well-known phrase or name, yeah, I think that would be better. So thank you very much for the suggestions, really appreciated it. Now, on to the tricky stuff. I've put a couple of spotlights in, as you can see. We don't need them, but every ship should have spotlights, really, shouldn't it? Down to the problems. Well, first of all, let me come out of this camera and actually get back into the ship. I had two cargo boxes here, some lights on, and this cargo box I filled up with 1008, which is the round number that I got from this list. So let me bring up this list. And you can see those are the components we need to deliver the 997 explosives back to Nomad, which he requested. So we're just doing what he asked, really, aren't we? The closest round figure I could get for the missiles I'm building was 1008. So to make sure we give him all 997 explosives, we're going to give him 1008 just interest. So that's those. The ammo and the assault cannons, obviously just ammo for this ship. And then, as you can see, that's already filled a cargo container 30% full. So the other cargo container that was here, I managed to get steel plates in, and then that was full. Yeah, so what I've had to do is I had to stretch the back out and put a large cargo container in at the back here. I can't show you from here because I can't reach it, but that's got everything it needs apart from the explosives to build the amount of missiles that we need to, well, perform our delivery, and that's 33% full. So yeah, there's that. Then there's the whole problem of the missiles. I done some tests, and releasing all 14 missiles in one go seems to be a mistake, because if one of them gets shot and explodes, it takes out the rest of them because they're all together. They fall as a group, and subsequently I've had to add a timer to every merge block. So the timers are all chained. So I think number 1 is over here. Yeah, so that's 1, and then this one's 3 and 5 and 7, 9, 11 and 13, and then the even numbers are on the other side. So it will drop them 1, 2, 3, 4, etc., and they're all 1 second apart. So the plan is that should be enough so that they don't, if one gets shot, the next one doesn't explode, but, well, we'll have to see. I've also put a little antenna on there. I don't need a massive one, but that's just so that I can call back the drones if I want to or need to. And that leads me on to another problem I had. When I tested the drones, they worked fine. They lift off, get clear, and off they go. However, when they've got ammo in them, when they're full of ammo, they were too heavy. They would not lift off. So I've had to put more thrusters in underneath, just so that they can lift off and get clear. And the other thing is, because of the weight, they don't have enough, where are we? Side thrust? Can't even remember where I put the side thrust. I think it's on the top, there's one. And if they get too much of an angle on, then they just slide into the ground. And obviously here I'm testing at low levels, so that's not good. But there's not much I can do about that, so all I've done is I've reduced the pitch and the roll angles fairly significantly, by about half, which may affect their performance, but kind of necessary. Other than that, they work fine. The only other problem I've had is if I'm flying, like if this is not attached to something, it tends to wander, as in climb or dip or roll, and I think that's because of this subgrid nonsense that we've got going on. And if the recorded task is saying come into dock and it's already aiming for its landing point, and then this moves, then it doesn't dock, it just stays there, which is bad. Right, the final problem, and this is the biggie. I come into here, you can see I'm locked at the moment. If I unlock from the main base, I put these landing gears underneath it for this very purpose. I'm so heavy, I'm pressing up at the moment, and as you can see, I can't lift off. Let me just do that connector again, just so you know it's not the magnetism. These thrusters just haven't got enough lift, and with the thrusters on trying their hardest to lift, we've got, what, 48 minutes left. I'm not even sure that's accurate. So there's that. Now, I don't really know what I can do about that. It definitely lifted when it was empty, but now we're carrying all of this stuff. It's just too heavy. Now, there is room at the back here to put another one of these thrusters, but I noticed I'm going to have to go back into a menu. Let's see. Large. No. Some reason we're not able to see it there. No. Ah, there we go. Did those? Oh, hang on. Let me go into the ship. I want to make sure we get the right thrusters. We want the large. There we go. I think that's those. So its current max thrust is 1.95 meganewtons. Now, I don't remember what the normal ones are, but I'm pretty sure it's more than that. So what I'm going to do is, let me just get some steel plate. Should be okay taking it from there, I think. And as well go the correct color. Right, I think it was 7. Yes. So that's a large grid ammo thruster, and we can think. Get the stats off it. Oops, without building it. There we go. So current max thrust, yeah, 4.86 meganewtons compared to 1.95. So let's call that 2. So it's more than twice. It's kind of 2.5 times more powerful than these flat ones. Now I didn't realize that. I thought the flat ones were a replacement, but clearly they're not. They're an interim step. So that said, if this one can't lift, now I know side ones are not fighting gravity, but we've only got 3 small ones pushing, and we've only got 1 side one. I think this is going to be a bit slow. But there's not a lot I can do about that. We're going to have to change these. So let me crack on with that. I think the inventory manager should sort it out if I dump it in there.
Inventory full.
Oops. Okay. Yeah, so for access, I put this door in and just put a ladder on there, just because we need some way of getting in. Can't always be docked to the base, so that was that. Right, so we need a large one of those. Let me build these 2 up because this is going to take a bit of time, and hope we've got enough ground clearance there actually. Maybe there. Should have checked. No. That might interfere with the drones. Let's see if I can get it 1 lower, I think. Just gonna go and check that. I think that'll be alright. That's kind of level with the bottom of the ship. As you can see, I put landing gears on because I wanted to do a test. I didn't want to go careering off down the mountain. So, yeah, I think that'll be okay. Can't reach that. Right, leave this with me while I get these 2 engines changed, and I'll bring you back. Okay. So that's 2 of those. Unfortunately, I can't put any sort of trim on the top of this because the motor comes up to that level there. So I'm going to have to put up with the big holes, unfortunately. But let's see now whether that will give us enough to lift. I'd forgotten how many motors those things use. They are huge, but let me just check here. Yeah, so we did have motors in here. This is everything we need as per my list except the explosives. I think that should be good, but just be sure I'm making more anyway. Let me just check what we've already got. 177. Maybe don't need that many. Let's just go for 500 just for stock. And yeah, I'm gonna need more of everything. Well, more of the rarer stuff maybe. But pretty good. Okay, Right, I've set up the hotbar on here. I can press 1 and 2 to launch the drones. I've got the ability to switch the turrets on and off. That's about it on that bar, and obviously the rest is the normal stuff. And then on here, I've got the build all the missiles. I've got a camera so I can see what their status is, and release all, which obviously just starts the timers to release them all in one go. And I think probably here I'm going to put the thruster control so that we can just cruise forwards. But let's see if we can even fly first. So, that. That's better. At least we can lift off now. But, oh, look at that. So if I'm hovering, I get 35 minutes. If I'm lifting, I get 21 minutes. That's not very good. And that's forwards. We're accelerating. We are accelerating. And if we're going sideways, we just continue to go sideways. Well, it is stopping. Okay, what about forwards? Let's speed up. Yeah, it is slowing down. We've got 2 engines to stop, so I mean it's a heavy beast. There's no doubt about it. It's not a fighter. So if we wanted to try and land, how do we do that? Yeah, lift is okay. It's stopping there when I'm going down. That's okay. But ooh, stopping is not brilliant. Okay, it's oops, too far. Let's see if we can even get this lined up. Close. Are we on the pads? We are on the pads. There we go. Okay, so that's usable. It's very heavy. And I think we could maybe just do something with the wings at the back there. Let's, some steel. Maybe just tidy it up a little bit. Can't build anything here. So maybe just sweep it in a little bit. Let's try that. If I go do that one or that one. I think that might work. And then something like that. And get to it. Give the conveyor a little bit of protection anyway. How does that look? Can't tell. Yeah, it kind of looks a little bit delicate, doesn't it? Could do with a bit more bracing, really. And having extended the back, it looks as if we could have maybe made slightly bigger wings, which would give us more engines. But I think as it is with those engines, we're going to need more power. So as you can see, I took out the assemblers. That was a weight-saving exercise. And we didn't really need them because I'm taking all the components I need anyway. What did we do here? Square one, and then something like that. Oops. I never know whether you can fall down those holes or not. Do have a hole there I could have filled, but that's more weight again, so we'll leave it. Right, so I did leave room down here for some batteries, and I think we're going to need them because clearly can't really put one there because of the door. Could put one there. Yeah, clearly it's going to take us some time to get there, so we need a bit of longevity. Is that the word? Just give me a moment to build these. So despite all the mining I've done, as you can see, building all that ammo got us down to 2k of magnesium left. We're doing okay on everything else. Iron was the main thing. There was an awful lot of mining trips to the iron mine. Nickel I got a little bit more of. Cobalt was still fine on, hardly used any of that. And we got way too much silicon. So all in all, done pretty well there. Right, I'm going to give those batteries a bit of time. We want them fully charged before we attempt to do anything. And also want to make sure this is the large container on the bomber. I just named it BC. It's easier to get to. So we want to make sure we'll check off our list. Got everything we need there. And we know we've got the explosives. And then let's go and have a look and see how much damage we can do, I suppose. But yeah, I'm going to give that some time to charge. That's going to take a little while, and then we'll go and see what we can do. So I'll see you shortly. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. It is the following morning. The sun is just rising. I think our batteries are finally charged, and I have put a few extra batteries in the back, which unfortunately do add to the weight of the ship, but I wasn't confident that they would last long enough. So let me show you. I've been sort of nerding out overnight, and if you bear with me, I will show you what I've been up to. So you can see here, I've worked out that if I'm doing 10 meters a second with the bombs dropping or the missiles dropping every second, that means they're going to give a spread of 150 meters, as you can see at the bottom there. So working on, if I'm flying at 1400 meters above the ground, to hit the beginning of my target with the first missile, we've had to do a bit of maths. So terminal velocity is actually the speed at which something falls according to the drag and the gravitational force pulling it. But for the purposes of this and what we're doing, terminal velocity is the fastest something can travel, which, although it actually goes 104 meters per second when it's falling, we're going to consider it 100 meters per second. It's a lot easier to work the maths out. So terminal velocity then is the speed the game allows, which is 100 meters per second. And our spread is going to be 150 meters from 1400 meters up. So what we need to do is calculate the angle. In this case, I think it's theta from the drop point, and taking the second mode tangent, if that's the correct phrase, of 150 over 1400. You can Google all this if you want. It works off the tangent. So we're doing the opposite, which is 150 meters over the adjacent, which is 1400 meters, 150 over 1400, and then we're taking the second mode tangent of that, which comes out as 0.107, gives us just over 6 degrees. Okay, that's the maths out of the way. Let me just remove this, like so. And how do we apply that? And why do we need to know that? Well, I will show you. What I thought was we need to be able to hit that target, because as soon as we hit that target, they're going to hate us. And I thought the best way of doing that was with a hinge. So we're going to put another hinge on our ship, and hinge part. And then we want a camera. Where did I put the cameras? No, that's the wrong one. Just a normal camera will do. Okay, that should be everything we need. And we're going to go underneath the front of the ship. And I think if we... well, that's the camera that looks down, and I don't think that's going to be very helpful. So we're going to take that one off. And I think we've got a whole block. Yes, we have. A whole block here. So obviously I don't need the hinge to be piped, but there just happens to be a connection there anyway. So what we're going to do is... I don't know which colour it was now. Pick that colour up there. We're going to put a hinge such that... spin it. Yeah, so negative is forwards as per my diagram. Let's get that welded up. And we're going to be switching this off, so because it's going to be switched off, we want to make sure it doesn't move, so we'll just give it, I don't know, somewhere around there. Don't need any of that on. This is going to be called I don't know, bomb aim. Bomb aim camera. And we need to set it to... it's going to be quite difficult to do. So because we're going from 0 to minus 90, and we need essentially just over 6 degrees off it, so that's going to be minus 6 degrees. So we'll go for lower limit. Oops, press the right buttons. Minus 6 point, what was it? 116. Hopefully you'll remember that. Just check. 6.116, yeah, that looks correct. And then the upper limit doesn't really matter. But just for the sake of argument, it's at 0. Let's set it to 0. Then all we should have to do is back that off. And it should stop there. Okay, I'm going to leave the velocity on because it shouldn't be able to move from that anyway. Then we're going to lock the hinge, and it's translated it into 360 degrees, but it should be the same. Should be the same angle, I hope. And then we'll switch it off. We've got braking torque on, so it shouldn't move. And then we're going to put our camera on. Make sure we get it the right way round. That's right. Okay, so if I've calculated that correctly, when the camera crosshairs first touch the enemy base, we need to release our bombs, and that should hit the target. Assuming I'm doing 10 meters per second and we're at 1400 meters altitude. So we should also replace our window, I think. Rid of those and find my window. See it. Alrighty. So just going to get in to do this. A lot easier without that window there. And I'll just quickly show you a couple of things. So let me put some light. Oops, wrong button. My light's on. I've put a cutaway here just so that I could get to the back here, obviously. So you can see there are 3 more batteries in the back there. The gyros, there's one on the other side as well, or up the top. And I've done kind of the same the other side just for symmetry. Also, the missiles have been redesigned, and if welders are off, I can show you that. Can't really see them very well, but you can see they've now got double warheads on, 2 warheads, because to deliver the 1008, it was actually 997 that he wanted off us, but with the missiles we're building, it rounds up or down, so I could either do less than 997 or more than 997, so I chose to do more than 997, 1008, and that means we need a lot of stuff. Yeah. So it would take a long time to drop that number of missiles, so I've put 2 warheads on each. They each take 2 explosives, so that's 4 explosive per missile. 14 missiles, you can do the maths for yourself. So that's that. All that timer does is it allows me to control 2 things with the sensor, because obviously the sensor can only control 1 thing, and we've got 2 warheads. So when the sensor detects something worth exploding, it triggers the timer, which detonates the warheads. That's literally simple as that. Okay, I've also changed the order. I think they now go down, all the way down this side and then all the way down that side, because I think that gives us a better spread on the ground. So there we are. You're up to date. All there is to do now is, I think, oops, wrong button. I think maybe because we don't have any oxygen in this ship, I should have done this before I put the window back in, but I'm going to go and grab another oxygen bottle, I think, just so that I don't have to worry about that. Just happen to have one there, and there's no point in really having hydrogen, can't use it. So right, let's see with all these extra batteries and things. Oh, can't get in that way. Well, first of all, I'm just going to check off that we've got absolutely everything that we need, which I think we have. So we can go to this ship, and that all looks correct. That doesn't look correct. I think because I put extra batteries in. I think maybe, see if those don't go into our normal inventory, then we run out. Okay, just let me get this. Yeah, they're disappearing. So I think it was 520. So we're not too far off. But I'll just give it a moment to catch up on those. Okay, I think we've got everything that we need. So it was 504, not 520, but we've got all of that now. So hopefully, I think we're ready to go. So let's see what this beastie can do. So, battery's off charge, disconnect from the base, and yeah, she lifts fine. And where is the waypoint? Okay, right, we'll do this. Oh, it's so sluggish. Hopefully the batteries will last. Full thrust forwards there, we've got 1 hour left. So, fingers crossed. Right, I've put on the second hotbar there, you can see I put the controls for the engine, so I'm going to switch off the stop thrusters. Should help a little bit. And I'll just get up some speed, and then we can put some override on there. We are losing speed, but I think that's because I'm climbing. That's kind of just slightly increasing speed there, so we'll leave it at that for now. Right, I won't bore you with the entire journey over there. Oh, there's the big crash down there, look. Something crashed. But we didn't need the resources, so we'll leave it there. Right, I'll bring you back in a few moments when we get a little bit closer. And welcome back. So I'm having a bit of a problem trying to keep this thing steady. It's wandering a bit. So trying to keep the right height and trying to keep the right speed is not as easy as you'd think. And she's a bit of a tug, so it's kind of tricky. I've while I was on my way here, I have built up the missiles, bombs, whatever you want to call them. So they're all ready to go. Just going to try and get lined up here. And we're going to have to start slowing down in a second. So figure around there, somewhere around there. So I'm going to back off the override, put my front thruster on. Oh, we're very high. Try and lose a bit of that height. So we want 1400. Still a bit high, and we are slowing down, but trying to maintain 10 meters per second is very, very difficult. We're high again. Come down. I was going to use a move controller and set his base as the GPS. Kind of at the right speed here, but it's going to take a long time to get there at this speed, isn't it? It's kind of a good job he's neutral to us at the moment. He won't be when these bombs knock the bejesus out of his base though, will he? Yeah, so that's 13 meters per second at 1400. And that's going to take a while to get 2.8 kilometers. So I think what I'll do is I'll just manually speed up and then hope that we can slow down again when we get there. I'm also not sure whether I'm lined up here. It's kind of difficult to tell because the ship is rolling slightly all the time. And it wants to climb. I think that's because of the hinges we've got. So the bomb aim camera, as you can see, should be set up correctly. I hope. Yeah, we've already drifted off, look. Try and come left a little bit. Have to use my lift thrusters to drift left. So we're doing 15 meters per second, around about 1400. And now I think we're too far left. Very, very difficult to line it up. Sure, we're straight and level. That's not bad. But we're going too fast now. So too fast, too fast, too fast, slow down. Oops. And drop. I'm going to drop them there in the hope that we can hit something.
Who the heck wears pink
What's
pajamas
wrong with
anyway?
pink? I like pink.
I like to be ready for...
Oh no.
Dang you too!
What's that?
We're under attack. Get to your fighters.
I ain't had breakfast yet.
Okay, so he didn't like that. We've now got enemies. Okay, let's launch our drones. So I'm gonna carry on a little bit and just get past the base, and then we'll turn around and we'll do another run.
How? What? What's Dwayne done now? How's a man supposed to get some sleep round here? Where is everyone? What the hell happened here? Darren, Dwayne, Susie. Come in, anyone.
Boss, we're under attack.
Who?
It looks like that Europa guy.
Drones are launched. Go get him.
Yes, boss.
I'll
You better bring some big guns.
I'll launch now.
So hopefully point back towards our base somewhere. Yeah, pretty good. Well, here come trouble. And we're going to have to build some more. I forgot to do that. And ooh, we need to be dropping now. I think we've missed our opportunity there. Try again. Losing a bit of height here. And swing around again. Hopefully our drones are taking care of all that nonsense. Oh, okay, we've gone a bit far. Still drifting. Come on, forwards, 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 forwards. Speed up a little bit while we get there. We're ready to drop. Going straight and level. Moving a bit low. Oh, more incoming. Got time for that. I'm just going to drop them. Oh, something's got hit. I'm not sure what that is. Aha, took him out, didn't it? Oh, yes, nice. That was the hydrogen tanks. That made a good boom. Alright, let's swing around again. Still going forwards at the moment, so yeah, let's build some more. We're over there. Plenty more explosives yet, Mr. Nomad. Height's good. Yeah, straight and level. Let's go see if we can get down the center of the base, shall we? A little bit over that way, I think. Don't know if the drift will cancel. And they're still building, still building, still building. Well, I'm going to try dropping anyway, whether they're built or not. That looks pretty spot on. Yes, that was a good shot. And let's build some more. And we're going to carry on drifting, so I'm going to try and turn. Don't know if I can turn using this camera. I think we might have, yeah, kind of nearly. So we're slowing down, go back to this camera. Pretty much directly above his base, but this camera is facing forwards, so dropping some more. Plenty of explosives for you, Mr. Nomad. Don't worry. We'll give them all back to you. Still something flying around down there, I'm not sure what that is. Got some good hits in there, didn't we? Turning around again. Check we're straight and level, which we are. Let's say this camera faces forwards for 10 meters per second, so I'm going to try and back up a bit. Yeah, this ship is definitely not maneuverable.
Gotta save the ship. I'm out of here.
Oh, big ship coming. Okay, let's see if we can get another run in. I don't think we're going to stand much of a chance against him. Up to 10 and drop. Are you dropping? Yes, you're dropping. We might be in trouble. I was hoping we would have blown that up by now. But... Gee, where's he going? I think he's running away. Okay. Well... Just keep an eye on him, because if he comes back, he might cause us some misery. But there's still a fighter flying around down there by the look of it. Oh, that's a drone. Yeah, just a couple of drones. Alright, well, it looks like Mr NoMad has fled. I can't see any sign of him. He's not come back to attack us or anything. So we shot down most of his drones, and certainly the fighters. I'm going to consider that a success. I think it's time for us to get out of here. I don't know what happened to my drones. I think they probably met their end, but they did a good job keeping the fight away from me. So happy with that. So I'll begin the long journey home. We might as well lose some altitude on the way. And again, I won't bore you with all of that. I will bring you back when we get a bit closer to home. Well, we're home again. Just try and land without smashing into the base would be kind of good. So I'm going to have to start slowing down here, I think. Of course, losing height means we're going to speed up again. To use our back thrusters, I think. Slow down. That's better. Alright, so I think that was quite successful. I'm a bit surprised Nomad didn't enter the fight. Kind of just proves what a coward he is, doesn't it? Left his minions to do the work for him. Right, see if we can get this back on its pad. Well, I say pad, not really a pad, is it? So yeah, left, right, forwards and backwards pretty awful, but it's got plenty of lift, so when you're falling it is quite easy to catch yourself. Just got to be real careful here. I think we're okay. Forward a bit. Yeah, pretty good. So, can we get these on their little bricks? Can't see. Too much smoke. There we go. Put those down there. Lock that. And might as well put those on recharge. Unlock the landing gear. And the only other thing I thought I would do, what have we got? Special. So, large cargo container, I think we can take off. Well, we'll just put naught in there. And that one. That one. Yes, I don't really need to be carrying that around. Not that I don't think we're going to be using this ship again, but everything. That's everything. And then the other one. We don't need it to restock 1008 because that would be silly. Okay, so let's just have a look in there. Have I missed those off? And it's not taking those. Oh, there we go, it's going. Just taking its time. Good, okay. Well, I think we're done. I think we have beaten our nemesis. I'll leave that open. All in a day's work, as they say. So, thank you, Green Hornet. Thank you, Rats, for all the trouble you gave. The end of the day as a perfect time, I think. Now, do I need to take anything from here? I don't think I really do. So, let me just... well, I don't even need to do that, do I? I think now is a very good time for us to leave and say goodbye to Mars. Job is done. Maybe we should take the Stratos back. Yeah, I think because it's no use to us down here, is it? So, oops, we can't really use it on Mars because it's hydrogen, and we didn't design it. We didn't design it for here, so I think we may take that back with us. Sure, I've got a camera on here, but never mind. There we go. Good as it gets, so we'll lock that down. I'm not going to put it on recharge. Oh, should I put it on recharge? Yeah, I think I will put it on recharge because otherwise the jump drive charging on the way home is going to use these batteries. And dampers off. That's that done. And yeah, so thanks for all the fun, Mars. See you later. Hopefully not. Let's close the ramp. And, oh, should I have moved that hinge? Nah, we'll be alright. So, take the batteries off recharge. Switch on the thrusters. And landing gear is locked, so we can unlock that. We can unlock, where are we? 7. And we can be on our way. We don't hit the solar panel on the way out. Try and get a good shot as we leave the base. Right, so the plan is obviously we've got a refueling station on Europa. Gosh, that's loud, isn't it? So I'm going to drop the Stratos off at Europa and refuel, and then we'll head home. Point 8. Oh, 0.08 I should say. Nearly there. Sure there's no asteroids directly above us. There is one coming up, but I think it's off to the side of us. This last little bit seems to take forever, doesn't it? Oh, there we go. We are out of gravity. Let me just... We'll switch you off. We'll switch you on. And 120. Ah, perfect. Okay, so we got a little bit to go, but I didn't want to go too far. I think that would have been crazy. So I'm going to cruise my way back over there. It looks like it's in the dark side, unfortunately. And I do have my front thrusters on there, so we'll switch those off. I don't actually need to stop here for fuel. I think the rate we've used it, I think we'd have more than enough. So what I might do is... no, I can't do that. I was going to say I could fly the Stratos down, dock it, but then I can't get back to my ship, can I? Forget that idea. Alright, I'll... it's going to take a moment or two. Oh, great. Get up some speed. I'll bring you back when we're coming into the base. Okay, so we're nearly there. We're still not quite in gravity, but there isn't much gravity here anyway. So I think I'll just align myself with it for when we get there. And I'm actually going to put my inertial thrusters on here just to make sure we're not drifting too far away. And I'll put my front thrusters on. After all we've been through, the last thing we need to do now is crash. So we're back in gravity. I think we're straight and level there, yeah. Just kind of being as careful as I can. And where are we? So that's the hangar, so our docking pad is over here. Oh, it is nice to be back on hydrogen thrusters. Okay, oh, camera's gone funny. Ah, I think it's because I got a ship docked on the top. It's playing silly buggers. Ah, come on. I think we're pretty good there, actually. Yep, there we are. We're home. And we level, just about. Ah, stupid camera. Okay, so we can lock, and before we forget, let's stockpile the hydrogen. I think the jump drive is already charged up. So, okay. Welcome back to Europa. Let's go and get this thing off the top anyway. If I can. Right, so dampeners, take it off charge. Oh, apparently we're nearly out of hydrogen. Have I got a stockpile on here somewhere? I have. That's better. Right. Dock you. Put you back on here where you should be. Come on. You know you want to. Thank you. Straighten you up a bit. And, well, guess we'll leave your lights on, eh? So, here we are, back on good old Europa. And again, there's nothing I need to do here. I'm surprised how little... Look. Yeah. Satisfy, punish, nomad. Let's just put... done. The smiley face doesn't really work on this font, but we'll do that one. So we can get rid of that. We have done everything we need to do for that, and consider that a success. Right, so we only stopped here to fill our tanks up, and our tanks are full, so I think it's time to get the heck out of here. So this time I will... Ooh, everything powered down. Why did everything power... Oh, we're on charge, okay. Yeah, I think I will... Oh, gold. Connector dragging me over. We'll put the ramp up, and now we're not on the deck. Should work okay. It's just a little too close to the ground, I think. That's the problem with it. Everything else seems to work fine. So. Right, we need to find Earth and head home, I think. So first thing to do is we'll get out of gravity, and it's Mars. Where's Earth? that it over there? There we go, we're out of gravity. Unfortunately, I can't actually see the planet with the sun where it is. I think that's Earth. I'm going to have to go a bit higher if that's Earth, because I don't want to be jumping through gravity. Yeah, let's just have a quick look around. That's definitely the alien planet. That's an asteroid, that's Mars. I think that's Bertum, is it? Yeah, I'm sure that must be Earth. So, if that is Earth, we're going to have to guess how far away it is. Oops. Can't spell. And we want both jump drives on. And I'm gonna guess somewhere around, what, 1500 kilometers? I really can't remember. That'll do, close enough. Use that one. And yeah, thank you everybody for joining me. Thank you for watching my series. Really appreciate having you along. Hope you've enjoyed it. It's been a lot of fun and a lot of difficult challenges along the way in setting everything up to try and work as I wanted it to work. But I've actually set up the camera, and as you can see, we are going to sail away into the distance. I'll actually just get some speed up, so we'll switch those off. So we need button number 7 and blind jump 1600 kilometers. I'm going to get a bit of speed up and see you on the next one. Take care everybody. Bye bye.